Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the Rise of Cornoe and we are doing many things all at the same time, of course, as per usual. So we've kind of got this planned out over here to kind of go over the mountain. So we've got the road in here. Is this road already under construction? Not that one, is it? So what we can do is we can certainly kind of tie these guys together so it's a little bit we can kind of build a little bit more here. Anyway, that's fine. Oh, there's a fair bit going on here. Yeah, absolutely. So we're trying to expand this area, making room for and we might have to level this out a little bit, making room for a future mining operation, because here there's iron ore in here. Iron ore in this area, but we firstly want to get our chemical plants up and running, and I think we're reasonably doing that. Is this under construction? It's not, so let's make sure to get this under construction as well, so that we can slowly finish off all of these things. We'll want to build this guy as well, so let's make sure to get the helicopters in here to start working on that also. So everything is kind of moving. There's a slither here that needs a little bit of construction. So let's get the rail track builder guys over here to come and do that. Hopefully in the next couple of days we'll stop with the snow and we can work on some other bits and pieces so we can see things a little bit better. But anyway, things are moving reasonably well here. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Is that? Oh, that's all the way through. So I guess yeah, all the way. That's all the way through with electrification and everything. I like that. So we're slowly getting where we need to go. Nice. I like it. The train is waiting too long. Yeah, over here it is a bit of an issue to get back into this movement, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Are we constructing from this side? Have a quick look at what's going on over here. What is this? Oh, they're busy building these paths. Busy delivering over here, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, that needs to be built before we can get much else in there. Okay. So this is now that the winter is kind of dissipated, we'll have a bit of a look at a few other bits and pieces. I'll quickly. So this should all be done now. This is not being built. So let's see if we can't get this to be built. These guys are all good, though. We do need water here. I think building has no drinking water, and building has no drinking water. Let's just have a look. I think some of these actually just need water. So that needs... required water quality is 55%, but it does still need drinking water. Okay, so let's have a quick look. What's going on underground here? We have no water whatsoever anywhere near this place. So the question is, do we just go ahead and expand that? And I think the answer to that is absolutely yes. Okay, so let's have a bit of a look. Give us a bit of this so that we can see, and we probably just need to go underground. Okay, so let's have a bit of a look at that. So we need to continue to bring the water out this way. The water is not a problem because these are pumps, right? Okay, actually, water switches, not necessarily pumps. Okay, I think this is a pump though. Yeah, still a water switch, but that is a pump. Okay, so we definitely have some pressure in here, right? If we have a quick look here. Reasonable pressure there. If we go all the way to the end, what's our pressure looking like over here? Reasonable pressure for the input on this side as well. So that's good. That's fine. So what we'll do is we'll continue to build a few more of these kind of water switches. Water splitter. That's new, I think. But anyway, we're kind of using these switches here. So I might I might do one there. And now I'm guessing we don't want to necessarily run it up the hill here and rather go underneath. What else do we have in terms of water? So we are spurring water off from a number of these things. So we may find that we need a little bit more water to go into this area, but I guess that should be reasonably okay. Okay, and then what we're wanting to do is we want to probably do something like that in this location, something like this, something like that. We could cut across to the other side here. So we'll do something like this. And we don't want to necessarily block that one there. So what we'll do is we'll try and come back this way. Is that what we want to do? Or we just, yeah, let's just run it straight past it to the other side there. We'll do something like that. Wow, there's a lot of piping that we need to put in here. But I guess running it with this road network in place is probably about right. Now we can then bring it in to this area here, and I guess from here we'll be able to give it whatever we need in that spot. Now, what I also want to do is now let's have a bit of a look at the counterflow, which is going to be the sewage. So we're going to have a little bit of a hard time, I guess, to try and get the sewage quite right here. We could run it fairly high in this area, but I guess, it's going to be a bit of a challenge here. So if we were to then say sewage switches, which is this guy, and that gives us a depth, right? That's what it is, right? So if we were to say maybe do this this depth at -7 here, maybe that's a little bit too. Let's just start with this -3 here. Let's do that. We'll start it over there, and then over here, let's do the -5 spot. Kind of over here is what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's leave it to the same on the same side if we can. And then here was the level, and we see the level here, please. Still same kind of thing. So let's -5 it here again. Well, before we get too carried away, let's see if it actually works. I'm kind of wondering if it does. If we do this, I'm thinking it will work. Yeah, so that should work like so. I'm kind of happy with that. And then we'll run it in like this. Yeah, you can run it under the road, no problems. Okay, so then the -5 seems to be about right. And this is getting a little bit up there. So maybe now we need to go for -7. Let's see if this as a method generally works. So let's try that. This is starting to go uphill, right? Yeah, so proper slope is required. So -7 is not working here. I'm kind of wondering if I do even deeper, if we do the -9, whether that might work. And then we do have a -9, right? What is this? This is very deep sewage pumps and stuff. We do have a -9, so let's have a quick look at the -9 variety. Then we've got sewage pumps and the likes. I just wanted to quickly check -9 over here, whether that makes any real difference. I guess no. Okay, so now we need to get rid of that. Now we're going to need to start bringing in the heavy machinery, which is going to be the pumps, right? So that's a 5 meter. That's a 10 meter pump. And we will have power here. So let's just see, what does this pump look like? Where does the pump actually enter? It's in. Oh, it's on both sides, and then it goes into any real direction. So let's do that. See about this one. I'm guessing that'll work. A -10 pump there should be able to work exactly right. And now, do we have the ability to stick with a, say, a -5 over here? I just want to check. I think it might be able to work because this kind of brings it up, right? So we want an outbound movement. Wow, this is a bit of an awkward one. Requires proper slope. I get it. I get that it requires proper slope. I'm just trying to get these are all inbounds that we're seeing here. So if I were to do this, right? It still doesn't want to make that happen. So what is this level? Current depth is 12. I mean, the whole there we go. The whole idea behind the pump is that it should be really it doesn't want to. I mean, what's this level here? Current depth is 2, and then what is the depth? What is this depth here? Is 5. 5, 2, 2, 2, 5. Okay, well, fine. Just get rid of it. We'll probably need to do another pump. Actually, let's try. So now, the sewage always kind of beats me a little bit. So if we then just say this, right? And if I do that, what is this saying? This is depth is 7. 7, and this is 2. Okay, so this is not going to work either, right? Oh, it is working. Wow. Interesting, to say the least. I'm still not sure I properly understand it. Anyway, we'll try and keep doing that. So this is getting really high. So we might just go straight to this one here, which is it's about the same level. So if we go back to maybe -7 in this location, just checking that, okay? Can we get there? What is that? I've got it the wrong way around. Okay, well, let's that's unfortunate. Let's delete that one. Trim this back a little bit at least. So that's the pipe that I'm after. So this one. Trim. Come on with the autosave all the time. I mean, I need the autosave. I can't be that. Yeah. So this is the one. This is the one we're after. We will tie that in there, and then this guy. We should be able to make this work. Really? It doesn't want to work. So what is this level? This is 0. Okay. Okay, so this is 0. And then this is 8. But 8 to 0 is down, right? I mean, it just needs to be deep, right? It just needs to run straight through the hill here, right? So that seems to work, but when we tie it in there, it wants to... Yeah, so it needs to be a little deeper, I think. So what is this one? This was a 7. So let's drop that down a little bit more. Give them a 9 and just quickly check whether a 9 is a potential option here. If I look at this again now, what is this level? This is a 7 level. And this is 8, so presumably it should work. See, again, I'm not convinced, because it seems like it should be workable, but if you can't even, if I move it forward a little bit, I'm just gonna try that a little bit more. So this stuff kind of, it's a really can be quite challenging. So if we do that, that should be even lower again. So if we then say we're going in there, now it is working. So let's stick to that. And hopefully this is even lower. What's the level here? 13. Yeah, this is even lower. And then we're going to have to work our magic over here somewhere with a bit of a pump. But I guess that's reasonable. So let's try, if we go back to 7, maybe. I just want to make sure we're trying to keep these about as high as we can. And we'll do a little something like that. Maybe this will work. No, not quite. So if we go back to 9, maybe 9 will work. I mean, it's not. I mean, I understand the whole idea around gravity, but how it's implemented here, I'm not always clear on exactly what is going on. Anyway, we'll try that, and then hopefully, otherwise we might just have to go straight across there. That one will work. And then I guess on this side, we're going to need to, what is the level here? But we have to go down to all the way down there, right? Not that. So if we were to say down here, right? Oh, that's the current. It doesn't actually want to tell us what that level would be, right? So if I do that, right, and then we go, it does not. Yeah, anyway. It doesn't want to give me, current depth is 1. Can't possibly be. Okay? It just can't be. Right? It has to be more than that. But anyway. Okay, so what we'll do is over here, we'll just do another nice big sewage pump. Maybe the 10-meter mark will, no, it'll have to be deeper than that, I guess. 10 meters, 20 meters. Yeah. So I guess the 20-meter one, if we bring it in somewhere over here, I think that will work. So let's run this guy straight through and give me this. So this won't work, right? This is going down, but then, well, hang on. Let me try this quickly. So if I did that and I did this, yeah, I mean, that's completely reasonable. And I do wonder if it's even necessary to be as high. But anyway, that's fine. And then from here, we will just go ahead and tie you in like so. So there we go. So at least we've got a little bit of sewage running this way. There won't be a lot. We may have to run another one on that side. But anyway, so let's get rid of that. Let's start the construction of this one. And now let's quickly run in the other direction, the water, which is way easier to deal with. So let's just do that. So let's run this one over here. And this one. Why? So I'm keen to see, because that might be a bit of a pressure problem there. Anyway, we'll run it that way. We'll run it. Ooh. Yeah, that seems to be workable. And we'll run it back over there. Yeah, good. Bit of a crisscross there, which is not ideal from a utilities perspective, but it should work. This guy's okay, and that guy's okay, I think. Yeah, that's okay. And final stretch gets us to over here. Okay, and we will activate those. So let's get out of here. Let's give all of these things a little bit of a pathway so that people could at the very least, get to them. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do this. That. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, this is okay, fine. We'll just do 2 of them then. Okay, that should be okay. We'll do this. And this one just on its own. These 2, well, they'll just go on their own, I guess. And then these 2 we can tie together and get off there. And then we need to tie this guy in and that guy in. And that's it, right? That really is it for all these construction activities. Now we may as well assign all of this for construction. That's all tied in there. We can tie all of this together. We can tie all of that together. So slowly these guys can come and bring construction on board here. May as well do that as well. Get that tied in and get these 2 tied in for construction. So at least we'll get that going. So what we'll need to do on this side of things, we would want to make sure we have a sewage collection point. So a bit of one of these guys. Presumably something like this is okay. So we want to go down that way. Let's just have a quick look at the levels. I guess this is more appropriate. So we'll get that one in place and we'll tie it in. Oh, no. Tie it in like that. Get moving. We will give this access point there for construction and we'll start moving on some of these items at least. Okay. Similarly, we would want a little bit of water in this area as well, also to be available. So we'll grab ourselves one of these guys, maybe over here. This is giving everything water there. Fine. So I think that should be okay for drinking water. We may have to put an extra little piece in place here just to make that work. So let's quickly have a look at what this looks like. Yes, we don't necessarily need to do that. We could do this, which is a little bit more direct. Go above ground. We will tie it in with a little path here, and we'll definitely start the construction activities over here as well. So there we go. That is starting to move. We may want to have a bit of a look at this one. Oops, go get rid of that. So all of that is starting to move. Let's quickly have a look at what is being built over here. Now that is starting, these guys are kind of hanging out. Now, is this... yeah, we don't have any room for these guys. Ooh, nice. I like it. I like it. So can we please move them over? Ooh, I am worried we don't really have room for some of these guys. We'll get that one out of the way and... I don't know why this isn't working. It feels like this should be working. Anyway, does not matter all too much. Let's move this one over that way as well. We need to just be a little bit cautious. We don't have that many spots available. And this guy just doesn't want to do anything. No place to store finished vehicles. It has definitely to have a place, right? Okay, let's move this one also. I don't know if we've got... Okay, anyway, we've got room there. Now it definitely has to have room. This one is done, and we're building yet again. Okay, so okay, let's have a quick look. I might want to quickly start using some of these guys because they are getting older. Are we running the bigger trains here? It seems that we are. Let's have a look. Sith Steelworkers has got 2 of the big boys running. And now they're running right next to each other. No workers here. Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. Give me this guy. And what I'll do is I will stop this train. Just so that these guys can, come on, get more to their spots. I don't want them to be as close together. That's just crazy, right? Just does not make sense for us to have them on top of each other. So let's do that. I might start, flipping some of these to something else as well, just because we're starting to get these trains up and running now. Where is that train? As soon as he arrives, I will let the other one go. That's good. So now hopefully this should start working. Okay, beautiful. Now, what do we have running here? Let's pause it for a second while we quickly have a look. This is lesser workers, and I don't necessarily think we're going to go any bigger than that. Who else do we have running here? This is prefab workers, and this is Sith coal workers. So Sith coal workers, how many trains do we have running on Sith coal workers? And these are pretty old trains already. So I'm guessing, can I see? Okay, let's replace this vehicle using. Okay, hang on. If we leave this one there and we do that, right? Can I say replace this vehicle with that one? Ah, beautiful. I can. Okay, so it's done that. I don't know what it's done with the rest of it. Okay, so that one will start moving. I need another Sith coal worker somewhere. So this is now Sith coal worker. So let me have a look at this one. So where's this guy? Okay, so that's it there. Okay, so we'll let's replace that one as well. Replace that one with this one. I wonder what happens with them. But anyway, and I may have to just have a quick look at our. So okay, so now we've got a Sith coal workers. Where are you going? Oh, this is Sith steel workers. What are these guys? They are Sith electric worker tram. We may want to keep a bit of an eye on that. They're going in here. What is this guy? This is lesser workers. This is Sith. No. Where are you heading to? Did we not? Thought we replaced you. So we've definitely got a big guy running. And what? Hang on. Oh crap. Did we do? We may have messed it up. EJ. So this is the small guy. Where is this guy? Just show me this guy. So this is the small guy which we would like to replace. Where is this guy? This is the big guy which we do not want to replace. Okay. So maybe give me this guy and just move this one to here. It's full. I mean, how old is this? This is pretty old. So let's just send this one over here for some scrapping then. Make your way into here, please. Thank you. Okay. What else are we building? Right. Let's just see what's. Oh, we're busy building absolutely nothing. We've got tons of stuff here. But okay, let's have a quick look at what's happening with the automatic replacement of vehicles. So we've got 1 million of these guys wanting to be replaced. So some of them are pretty old. So we do have these available. Got 6 in storage, 8 in storage, 3 in storage, 8 in storage, no vehicles in storage, 8 in storage, no vehicles in storage. So we need okay, so what we'll do is we want to be doing the waste trucks, please. So grab me maybe 10 of them, please. And then next one we'll want to grab is the open holes. So let's grab some open holes as well. So maybe we'll do like 10 of them also. Open holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll do 10 of them also, I think, and then we'll do a few fire trucks, which is pretty young actually. So I guess most of our fleet isn't too bad. 4 in storage here, got 8 in storage there. So we're actually pretty reasonable position, most of them. We've got, yeah, maybe we need a few more of these guys, right? No vehicles in storage. So let's grab excavators. And grab maybe 10 of them as well. And a few fire trucks, I think. Actually, the fire trucks are pretty young. So excavators are okay. Police, we've got ambulances. We do. We've got 3 in storage here that can do its thing. We've got no one's in storage there. So let's grab a few bulldozers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. Okay, so that at least keeps everybody going because we do want to make sure everybody is constantly working. Okay, so beautiful. Okay, that's a starting point there. Now, how are we going here? Are we almost done? What we need now is we need water and the likes on this side as well because we don't currently have anything like that. So if I look over here, we may be okay to join up a little bit. So this isn't water. We've got water over here and sewage over here. So if we'll have let's start with the sewage quickly. And that's at about just under 8 meters. And then on this side, we've got nice and high. So potentially, and it's, yeah, we could maybe sort something out. Yeah, over here somewhere. Okay, well, let's do that. Let's quickly run a couple of sewage spots through here. So if we just say the -3 variety kind of right here. Okay, and we'll keep it kind of, well, let's do this. So what is that? That's 11. What is this? This is 17. This, so keep it fairly high then. Yeah, this should be okay. Just in case we need it. 17. Maybe a little lower. Maybe something like that instead. Okay, and then we want to do like what? Like 11 over here maybe. That's okay. And now we need to run across to the other side, which let's just have a look at where we're going to try and tie in over here. So let's see, maybe something like that. I'm not sure if that will work because we're going to go down and then up. We'll probably need to tie in a little something. And what is the level over here? 7, 9. So this is pretty good here. Now, okay, so let's have a quick look. So certainly it seems like this one tie in there should be able to tie in there, no real problems. Can we please make it work? Guys, what the hell? There we go. That's the one. Now, this one is going to be a challenge. It could go down and it's not going to want to be able to do what we're talking about over here. So, actually, so what is this level? This is at 9. I'm guessing we're going to just need maybe something like this guy. So let's pop that one in and see if we can make this work. Really? What? The tunnel is above terrain at some point. What are we doing here? So let's do that. Can that work and then tie it in here? Yes, it can. And then, so that seems like reasonable. And then we'll just tie those together and that should be just fine. And this should work as well. And this should work as well. So no problems there. So let's get those assigned. And yeah, let's just get it built, to be honest. So two distinct different things we want to do here. Before we build it, is the one is we want kind of one of these guys in place, something like here, so we could potentially use it for some other stuff as well. And we'll want to tie that in probably to the side there. Can we please do something like that? Excellent. So let's tie that together, and at the same time we'll tie this one in here so it's got its direct flow going on over there. Now, what we also want to do is we want to do some water stuff, and we'll do this one kind of over here, I think. So we'll do something like this. This one, for instance, we may want to run it a little bit more uphill here, I think. So let's do kind of something like that, something like this. I'm not sure. Well, it'll be up and down, right? But it'll be pressurized, I think. Anyway, let's just leave it. Oof. It's going to be challenging. So let's put it on this side then instead. We'll do something over here and probably spots kind of right over there. Okay, now let's get this tied together. So we're going to do that one. We're going to do this one here. We're going to cut across here like so. If that works. And we're going to cut across here, and presumably we'll be able to get underneath there. Excellent. So that's that. This we're going to try and tie a piece of water in directly over here, and what we'll also do is we will provide one of these guys, right? So we can get everybody nice and connected and give everybody some water. So we'll do probably something like, no, let's just go straight to the end in there, and we'll tie that in. Okay, perfect. So that gives us our water connectivity and our sewage connectivity. So let's start the construction process over here. So that'll be together. Let's get rid of these things that's bothering us now. This is going to be tricky. So let's run it like so. We'll tie these in just so that at least we can get to them. We'll have to obviously deal with that a little bit better in the future. This guy can tie in over there. These two can tie together. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is ooh. Okay, and now all of this should be constructible, though there's one more piece missing here. So all of this should now be constructible. So let's go ahead and assign some construction crews to start working on this. Similarly, we want to start working on that. We can. Oh, this is not tied in. This needs to be. That needs to be. This needs to be. That needs to be. That needs to be. Okay, nice. So that's all tied in. The one thing that we're not building is potentially something underground here. No. That's all good. And even that's all good. That's all good. So all of that should be working, and everybody should now be under construction here. Now, let's quickly go back. I want to have a quick look at the Sith coal workers. Is this almost done? This is so close to being done. We're just waiting on a few more workers. We're just waiting on a number of more working days over there. All of these things are starting constructability. Give me that, please. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pay for that piece. And make sure we can get some more guys onto the construction activities here. That's pretty good. And, the rail is coming along pretty nicely, I might add. That's not bad. I'll have a bit of a look at that. There's a few bits and pieces going on. We can get rail to come in here as well. What's going on? Is this almost done? We've got like 8 working days left. Beautiful. That's done. So get the track builders in here to start working on it from this side. How's it looking? Oh, the bridges are coming along. I like it. So get some more track builders on this side for us. Yeah, slowly, lots of little pieces of progress being made. So grab me the track builders here. Okay, okay, come on. We're gonna make a move there and there. Okay. Yeah, just keep doing that. Now, we will have to have a bit of a look. Oh, we've got it over there. But I guess, yeah, they'll still be blocked off. So what I might do is I might just add maybe a couple of signals over here. Just because we want these guys to, they don't connect to each other, right? So that should be all good to get in there and start working ever so slowly through there. Similarly on this side, I'm guessing, yeah, so we don't really have these. Okay, anyway, so what I'm thinking of is let's do that. So at least they don't block each other too much going forward. And then this guy, so this is under construction. So let's just make sure we're getting a little bit more. Why is, oh yeah, let's do that. This can't actually connect at the moment. I'm thinking it doesn't matter too much for the time being. So let's leave that be. What I want to have a quick look at what's happening with our Sith coal workers. So we should have reasonable amounts of workers around here, which it doesn't seem to be the case. This is lesser workers. This is the tram. We'll check the tram now. This is the tram again. This is the big guy, which is the coal workers. I want to have a quick look at this. Just pause it. I just want to see. This is prefab workers, and this is prefab workers. The 2 prefab worker trains right next to each other, which of course is really not ideal, and we don't necessarily need much more along the lines of prefab workers. What is this guy? This is more lesser workers. So we've got, so that is my Sith coal worker. So let's have a quick look. I want to just keep an eye on how that's moving. Okay, getting out of there. That's okay. Okay, that one's getting out of the way. Oh, so it is actually dropping off here as well. So I'm not sure about the electric tram workers. Oh, yeah, because this is actually building over there also. Okay, so that's there. So where is the electric tram workers? It's this guy, right? And then everybody off over here to go and work a variety of different things. I like it. Okay, so that's it. They're working everything over here that we should be mining pretty quickly. What is this? A few people working the police station. Okay, so this is doing its thing. These guys are doing their thing, and I would like to see, we shouldn't be running out of stuff over here. We have this guy working, and this guy is heading straight back. I mean, we've got the workers available here. And these trams, they're pretty old. And I'm kind of wondering whether, how many of them do we have? We've got, there's one, what is this guy? In the depot. We've got one tram in the depot, which I guess we can probably get rid of because it's in a depot somewhere far away. I'm kind of thinking, so these guys only come up to here and then they go back, right? And they're working multiple directions here. And then this guy is delivering. Okay, so I'm guessing what I'm after is, right, give me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, replace, replace this tram with that guy over there. So that guy's going to head out and start working on the tram side of things. And then this tram, which I have not replaced, as soon as it drops off its load of people, I'm going to send it to be salvaged because because it's getting a little. I'd rather have. Okay, pause that there while I quickly arrange it to head off over here to be salvaged. Okay, so we'll do that. Send you out along on the way. Because what I'm trying to do is get less trains on this so that this entire operation here runs a little bit smoother. And then what I can do is I can assign potentially another train to this guy. But let's have a quick look. What? Why only so few people working here? Yeah, I guess what I need to do is I need to. Let's just check what's going on with this guy. This guy doesn't have any. So if we have got the one there, Sith coal workers, I want to assign this to Sith coal workers, please. Okay, and what we'll do is I just want to have a quick check. As soon as this guy is loaded up and left, I'll make a start on this one. Because we're not actually running it through an end station or anything like that at the moment. Yeah, so this is reasonable working here. I mean, all of these seem to be working at the same time. It may be a matter of, they're not necessarily loading up enough workers here. 441 is not bad. And this one is got 293. So yeah, probably a little bit short on some of this, but anyway, that should be okay. Let's make a start on that guy, get that guy out of the way, back to start running some stuff. Excellent. So now we've got a lot more room in here. Why is we've got some extra stuff in here? Can we double? I'm not sure we can do this. Let's just pop it in here. Ooh. What? What's happening? Oh. What is this guy? This is saying Vasistavi work. Why the hell is Vasistavi workers over here? Let's just have a look. Who's all on Vasistavi? I don't know if this guy. I'm not sure this guy is supposed to. Anyway. Just go back in there, please. Where's that guy going? It is a mess. What is this guy doing? Why does this have people in it? Just go back in here. I don't know what's going on there. This is a bit of a glitch. I'm a little worried. About that. Anyway, leave that in place. That's okay. Let's quickly go back and see what we're doing in terms of progress. This should be done. This is done. We don't have any power here. We don't have drinking water. So there's still a few bits and pieces underway. Why? Who's building this? Okay, so start working on that. This is starting to look pretty good. This is going to be, we are going to need gravel, right? So this is going to be a gravel store. So let's just say, rename this to, forget about renaming it. This will store gravel over there. If you want to put a name on this place, please let us know. So, gravel drop. That's okay. So this is looking pretty good. Now, we do need power over here, and power should be readily available. Let's have a quick look. So if we go here, where do we have power? Oh, power should be underground. So let's do that. So we've got some power there. We've got... Yeah, potentially that's the end of it. So maybe what we could do is we could run some power over from here. So let's have a quick look at high voltage power. Over through this side, I think. Yeah. So what do we want? We'll grab ourselves a few of these guys, I guess. So we'll do maybe... Let's have a quick look at this. Yeah, so let's get ourselves one here and maybe one here, and then we can still run the power straight through the middle here, I think. Though we will need power in a few different directions. So we might want to do this and pull the power all the way through to the other side. Okay, so that should be okay. So give me the big wire here. We'll go underground and we'll... that's in the way. We'll run straight through there and tie it in like so. We'll run this one up. So I... Ooh. Oh yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So let's drop that down and make sure to tie it in properly. We'll go there and we'll go like so and like so. So we'll go ahead and grab that. We'll go upstairs here. Now we need to start running a bit of a road in here. And I think the idea has always been that we try and do it in maybe we'll just start off with a little bit of a gravel road in here that gets us to these guys, so we can do a bit of construction there. This should all be good. Now let's go ahead and assign all of this construction. There we go. Assign that. Assign all of that. And oh, this one doesn't want to because we still need to give it a little bit of a pathway. We'll do this and we'll assign that. So lots of little things here for us to get some power going. Now we need power on both sides, so let's get rid of this while we quickly give ourselves a few power distribution facilities here. We'll just go with like yeah, we'll go with like one over here maybe. Do one this side and we'll do one maybe a little bit up on this side of it over here. That should be okay. So let's tie these two in for construction and we'll see that. So go in there and similarly start construction from there, and then let's just get our underground cables to tie that in. I guess what we'll do is we'll do one over this way. Wow, that's quite complex. So let's just drop that down and we'll tie that in. That's okay. And then this one will go kind of over there and over here and over there, and we'll tie that one in as well. It's pretty costly if we get all of this going. Let's assign the construction activities here. Okay, so we'll actually power these things up as well. Now, let's have a quick look at what is being built and what is not being built. So typically if in terms of the rail space, so if I click this guy, I should be able to see. They're working on still a few different things. So they are working on finishing this off. So presumably that is okay. But we should be tying in over there a little bit. And we should be tying in a little bit over here. And we should be tying in a little bit over there. So lots of little bits that we would like to please build over here. Similarly, we want to do a little bit of this stuff. So please build that. Now they will probably start having issues. And on this side, why are you not coming in to do this piece as well? So anyway, there's a lot of rail being constructed, and we may want to pay for a few of those services. Everything else is kind of getting us over here. So we're kind of getting towards the end of the episode. What I will quickly do before we end it is what I'm keen on doing is getting a little bit of a waterfront promenade or something going on here. And I believe we've got some sidewalk. So I believe we've got some kind of promenade style stuff in here. Sidewalk. Okay, not that. Sidewalk. Wall pylon. Oh, so I guess these are under bridges, I think. So if we were to do that, I guess the idea is that these guys go... Wall pylon. Gives us... So I guess it's to do this kind of thing under the bridge. But anyway, let's do... What else do we have here? So if I look at this, sidewalk, long, normal turn... So the idea is potentially doing a bit of a promenade like this. I'm not too sure. Maybe there's some other mods that's a little bit... Oh, yeah, here we go. This is a promenade. What is this stuff? Side pylons. Yeah, so if this goes under the bridges, this is a turn section. This is a turn outward. Okay. Ooh. So what... Okay, that's one. That's of interest. If we go... So what does this actually look like? So do I need to level it a little bit more here, and then we'll be able to potentially do the promenade thing? Just have a look. So this is a ladder. Okay, yeah. So it seems like we can kind of tie things together here. It just feels really large. All right, so what does this do? So presumably we could maybe do something like this that's a little smaller. Yeah. And then what is this? Sidewalk, normal turn. Yeah, I guess these things are more kind of larger pedestrian walkways than they are necessarily promenades. Promenade end section. So that's if we wanted to just kind of conclude it, say, over here somewhere, we will stop it. Well, let's have a quick look. So we obviously don't want to get too carried away here. So if we're doing it at that level, so what we need to do is we basically need to understand what is the difference in level here. So let's have a quick look. And then we'll need to... I don't know how we're gonna work this, but we may need to, do some level work here. So if we, that's much deeper. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff here from a promenade perspective that's not going to be easy. Promenade end section, then a promenade turn inward. Let's go back over here where we can see it. So yeah, that's so it's kind of trying to connect to each other. If I were to do this, right? Let's just plop it, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. It just builds itself straight away. Now, the question mark that I have is, or the question I have is, can I level it? No. Can we push down here and level it? No, we basically cannot. So the idea is that we'll have to level it, level from the center here, and this is the level. Okay, so now we'll know what the two levels are. So if I grab this tool, I can see this is 1.7 and this is 6.7, right? 1.7, oh, 1.8 and 6.8 or 9, 6.8 maybe. So it's a 5-meter difference, basically. So if I go here and I say, let's get rid of that. Okay, so that does in fact do that. So now now we'll have to do a little bit more along the lines of this, right? So we'll have to kind of level it out like that, and then do a bit of this. So if I do that, will that actually work? So this should be the perfect kind of promenade piece here, right? So if I go here and I say, maybe let's just go with the straight section. Turn 10 meter section. Okay, so unfortunately we want it to be way over here instead. Okay, so let's do that. We're gonna figure this out. So if I push this up to there, right now. Okay, so now presumably this should work, but what I don't know is how do I deal with that, right? Or do I need to push this even further so it kind of overhangs a little? I guess that's what we need to do. So let's try that one more time, and I'm not gonna mess around with this. So I guess the idea is that we wanted to overhang kind of something like this, right? Let's do that. Have a bit of a look. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. So basically, we'll leave that here. I may, in between episodes, mess around with it a little bit to try and promenade us up a little bit on here. But I guess we're maybe just a section because it's gonna get a little busy. So if we go next to this one, we'll give ourselves a bit of something like that. It doesn't quite snap though, right? We can't really get it to snap. So if I go this way instead, not sure. I can't see if that's working. So I guess it's a little iffy. I'm not sure if it's working properly, but anyway, I might play around with that a little bit in between episodes. But that's kind of it for this episode, guys. There's a lot happening. I might start spending a little bit of money to kind of clean some of these things up. Ooh, we're losing a little bit of money, so I'll have to have a little bit of a look at what's going on. Why is our money dropping so significantly? I'll have to have a look at that as well, maybe in between episodes, and we'll have a bit of a further look. But this guy, I'm very happy to say, this is very close to being operational. And so hopefully in the next episode, we can at the very least start operating this. That will be my plan, so that we can start creating some chemicals, our own chemicals. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.